Afternoon from Oxford, Mississippi. This is Larry Munson along with Phil Schaefer. Welcome to Southeastern Conference football, and these things are always big, and at times whenever you think about Oxford, Mississippi, you think that it is really, really big. The rain yesterday has abated. It rained hard during a junior varsity game here yesterday. It's very low cast ceiling, very threatening. Some of the private planes trying to get in here today, by the way, could not get in. And in the gray pants, red stripes, dark blue helmets, little red trim, white numbers, and of course the dogs on the road with the silver breeches, but the white jerseys, black numbers, and the red helmets, and Georgia has lost all the flips of the coin so far this year, and she'll kick off again. Harbor and Moffitt will be the two deep men for the Rebels. Georgia's been 7- and 8-point favorites in this one all week long. I'm looking around at the stadium right now. It is not quite a sellout. I don't think it's that 41,000 plus that they expected. At the moment, she's 38, 39,000 or so. Butler kicks back this moment, Phil.
Once again, that Ole Miss is going with a barefooted kicker, as they've done for so many years. They had Miller, who kicked so well, and once again, they've got another one of those guys that kicks with the bare foot. In fact, Miller's doing a good job in the NFL now and still kicking barefooted.
Yeah. I didn't know they trained him with the bare feet. I thought that a brilliant barefooted kicker they had, came out of the woods from somewhere and didn't have any shoes. Ball on the 27, actually, where it's spotted. Dogs at blue underneath. Got a slot off to one side, Ole Miss in a tight 5-2. Herschel trying to go to hole at the tackle, pushes a blocker over the 35, 6, 7. Dogs kicked the end out on that side, opened a hole over there on the left, and from the 27, he almost got 10. Away from the play as Forcade had sprinted around out to the right. This is an unusual day. We have been invaded by wasps, and Phil Schaefer is an army of one and is really, he's killed 3. Schaefer's doing quite a job. However, he'll get us all before it's over. Officials are discussing.
They actually set them back to the 13-yard line. This is the first sustained drive by the Rebels, and really the first effective offensive threat they put together, but it has been a beauty of a drive, Larry.
Kevin Jackson's come back in at defensive line. Terry Hogue's out. 3rd down and 4 on the Georgia 7. Ole Miss puts a man in motion. They had 3 backs for a moment. Very slowly to the right. And Forcade going to keep it running option, and Poulos, touchdown. Forcade on a good fake handoff to a back who dove over right tackle. Kept it and turned the corner. Now we power I. Ole Miss in an 8-2-1 setup. We need a foot. They go to Herschel. He jumps high in the air and he breaks off the tackles and scores. They caught him in midair after he gained 2 yards. He landed on his feet and staggered in the end zone and scored. He not only dove up in the air, looking like Dave Winfield of the Yankees last night, he somehow landed on his feet. He broke some tackles in midair where 2 or 3 or 4 blue arms were hanging on to him, and not only got a couple of yards, he needed 1 foot, he got 5 and a touchdown. Yes, thank you. Dick Payne was the one who called the play, and he was right.
Herschel looked like Superman, Larry. Herschel looked like Superman that time.
I don't know how he broke the tackles, diving like that. 9-7, Dogs leading. Herschel's got over 100 yards already, 15 to the left side with a tight end and Lindsey Scott. Ole Miss is in a 4-4. Buck's going to come back and throw. Going to throw a bomb wide open down the middle of Norris Brown on the 40 to the 35, the 30. Cut from behind around the 21 or 2. Man, was Norris Brown open. He came out and lined up in a slot with Lindsey. Melvin Brown, a cornerback, and Johnny Burrow. The strong safety got him. The play was 18-38, I think 46, 45 or 46 yards, Phil says, just inside the 22. On their own 48, time for a play, and that's all, leading 17-7. Middle of this quarter, Buck threw a 46-yard strike to Norris Brown down the middle open, got us down there, then Buck did a little bit of sleight of hand. We run Herschel off the field. We got 1 back of 3 receivers loaded wide on the right. Ole Miss still in a 5-man line. Buck looking at 3 men. He's going to throw a long, high Hail Mary down there. Everybody jumping. Touchdown! 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 Lindsey Scott caught it. We did that Falcon Hail Mary thing. We had 3 men down. It worked. Long, high pass out around the 17 or 18. 3 men jumping. Ole Miss had 3 men jumping. Lindsey Scott caught it behind him and trotted it in. Dogs threw the Hail Mary. Dogs going to a power I. Got 3 backs, and Ole Miss comes up Georgia puts Stewart in motion, and they pitch it to Herschel. They're going to get him a couple of blocks. He's at the 28, to the 32, to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. He runs through a man, and two men from behind get him around the Ole Miss 38 or 7. Stewart and Barry Young really blocking for him. James Otis, the defensive right end, with the first man. He got his arms around from behind him. And the gain was 194 yards he has, Phil Schaefer tells me. This is Larry Munson, usual spotters Dick Payne, Louie Phillips, engineer Randy Mullinax, producer Hugh Christian, who has been magnificent today and knocking over Coca-Colas. 4-3 setup. Dogs now in a 5-2. Ole Miss has a man slow in motion to the strong side of the field where they got a slot. Powell going to dump it out on the flat to a running back who's going to throw a halfback pass. He overthrew it. Kelly intercepted for Georgia on the 41 or 2, and the receiver then wrestled him down right away. Ole Miss pitched it off to a halfback. Rick Tyler, the flanker, went down. Michael Harmon threw a long, deep 40-yarder and overthrew everybody, and little Kelly, the safety man, was back to grab it. They'll spot it close to the 44, and it's Georgia's ball there. Mississippi got a first down on their own 22. We're in the middle of the fourth quarter exactly now. Dogs are in a 5-2. Austin going to fake it and keep trying the option, and he dropped the ball, and it rolls back, and the Dogs recover on the 20. Faked the option, stepped into the tackle, and Eddie Weaver, who just came back in there, is it Weaver or Lindsey? Eddie Weaver has recovered the fumble. Georgia's ball on the 20. Austin took it out of the belly of a back and kept it, started in the tackle, and somebody knocked it out of his hands 2 or 3 yards. It flew back to the 20, and Georgia's recovered. It's 37-7.